My advice to Donald Trump tonight is move fast and keep all of your promises. Now, earlier today, President-elect Trump met at the White House with President Obama to discuss the transition of power, where I'm sure Obama extended an olive branch in a last-ditch attempt to try and preserve whatever legacy he has. Now, the president, well, he can play nice all he wants, but make no mistake about it, Democrats want Trump to fail. They will do everything they can do to stop him. Remember, it was only a few days ago, they're playing all nicey today, that Obama was saying this.
Donald Trump is temperamentally unfit to be commander-in-chief. We cannot elect a president who vilifies minorities, who mocks Americans with disabilities, who calls immigrants criminals and rapists. If you accept the support of Klan sympathizers before you're president, then you'll accept their support after you're president. So Donald Trump is uniquely unqualified to hold this job.
And don't forget about how President Obama really feels about Republicans.
I need you to go out and talk to your friends and talk to your neighbors. I want you to talk to them whether they're independent or whether they are Republican. I want you to argue with them and get in their face. I don't want the folks who created the mess. I don't want the folks who created the mess do a lot of talking. I want them just to get out of the way so we can clean up the mess. We got to have middle-class families up in front. We can't, we don't mind the Republicans joining us. They can come for the ride, but they got to sit in back.
Oh, got to sit in back. So inclusive. When he won, remember, he often said, I won, we won. Said that a lot. Now, keep all that in mind. This isn't about coming together with Democrats. This is about completely dismantling his disastrous agenda. Now, that's going to mean this: repealing, replacing Obamacare, replace it with free market solutions to lower premiums and give you, the American people, real choices about your future health care. That also means building that border wall, stopping illegal immigration so that Americans won't be competing for jobs with illegal immigrants who are driving down wages. That means he's got to follow up on appointing originalists to the Supreme Court like Antonin Scalia, Clarence Thomas, justices who believe in co-equal branches of government, separation of powers, who will follow the Constitution the way the founders intended it to be followed. Now, Trump has already laid out and put out a very strong list of potential Supreme Court picks. He should stick to the list. It also means his agenda on energy independence, approving the Keystone XL pipeline, and lifting restrictions on drilling and fracking so we don't have to pretend to be friends with countries that hate our guts. Not to mention that this will create millions of jobs for Americans that desperately need them. It also means draining the swamp, reducing the size of government, eliminating bureaucratic waste, fraud, and abuse, and getting our exploding debt under control, stop robbing our kids blind. It means lowering taxes, simplifying the tax code. He said 7 brackets to 3. It means identifying who America's enemies are and who they really are, and not be afraid to use the term radical Islam. Also, it means extreme vetting of refugees so they won't put American lives at risk. It means, of course, no more Common Core in school, send education back to the states, and it also means remembering the millions of forgotten Americans, the people who have been left behind or completely ignored for decades by career politicians, the media, the global elites. I call it the forgotten man election. And it's time to make free and fair trade deals, lower the corporate tax rate, allow companies to repatriate trillions of dollars from overseas so that we can build factories and manufacturing centers and create millions of jobs here.